Alright, hey guys, and welcome back. Now before we get into the thumbnail and the title of this video, I want to say this is not what today's video was supposed to be. Like, you obviously can't plan something like this. But before we even get into that, I want to tell you what happened to Sunday's video. As you probably know, I upload Sundays and Wednesdays, and that didn't happen this week. And that was because I had Sunday's video all edited, all good to go. I just needed the last like 4 minutes of it. And to film these last 4 minutes, I needed something from another person. Now, I like to do my videos pretty independently because stuff like this can happen. Basically, I was supposed to meet up with this guy, I think 4 separate times, and each time he's either not texted me like a time, not texting me a location, or just ignored me. So what would happen was we'd pick a day, it would get to that day, I would not hear anything from him, I'd text him like hello, and he just wouldn't respond. So, you know, whatever, there's nothing I could do about it. So that's the reason why Sunday's video didn't come out, is because it wasn't completed and I wasn't gonna put up a video that didn't have an end to it, because it wouldn't make sense. But I'm not gonna spoil the video because it might still happen. Hopefully if he decides to maybe respond to me, that would really be nice. I don't know, maybe he's just super busy, it's out of my control. So let's paint a little backstory first. So every single morning when I wake up, the first thing I do, or one of the first things I do, is let the ducks out. So every morning I come in here, I check on the ducks' food, their water, and then I open this door so they can go ahead and walk around out here and get in their pool. And on my way to the ducks, I always look at the koi pond. And most of the time I feed them. As you can see, they're pretty hand trained. They'll come right over and eat some food. Okay, they're just eating the pellets that flew away, but they're pretty hand trained. So after I had left the ducks out one morning, I went to feed the fish, and I saw one of my favorite koi fish laying dead on the bottom of the pond. Now this one koi fish was the one we imported, or the one that got brought in from Next Day Koi. It came in a box with 2 other koi, and the other 2 are doing absolutely amazing still. It's a little hard to see right now, but all the fish are doing absolutely amazing, and I haven't lost a single koi that I've had in here so far, except for that one. Now in the couple days before I noticed the fish was dead, I did notice it had a lot of damage on its scales, and I know where that damage came from. Over the course of a month, my koi fish that died got sucked into the skimmer 2 times. And if we take this off, you can see there's a basket under here. So when I was emptying this basket, I noticed that one of the koi, which was that one that passed away, was in this basket just sitting here. He was kind of just wrapped around this little middle thing, didn't look in any harm, he was literally just swimming around in this basket. I went ahead and got him out both times, and he seemed to escape with no problems. He was literally eating minutes after he got out of the skimmer. However, I guess the damage that was done was irreversible, and it ultimately caused him to pass away, which is extremely unfortunate. The really weird thing was that koi fish was literally eating out of my hand less than 10 hours before it died. Because the day before he died, I actually fed them in the evening instead of in the morning like I normally do. Regardless, there was nothing I could do. He seemed fine, he seemed to be acting fine like I said he was eating, but within 10 hours he just passed away on the bottom of the pond. So he was removed from the pond, and then I thought we'd go ahead and give him a proper burial. I went ahead and buried him in the garden. And yeah, there's not much else to say. Rip Koi Fish 2019. It really sucks, it's a shame. He was a really pretty fish, but unfortunately there was nothing I really could have done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do an emergency water change just in case there's something bad going on in the pond. All the other fish were doing fine though, but I'm still doing it just to be safe. Luckily, however, all our plants are doing well. The water lettuce is actually making more water lettuce, so that's really, really cool.
That's pretty neat.
The water hyacinth isn't doing too hot, as you can see, but the water lettuce is doing really well, which I'm happy about. The same thing is happening on that side of the waterfall. More water lettuce, but the water hyacinth is dying. Kinda sucks. But the water lettuce is thriving, so that's good. The water lilies kind of doing okay. Some dying ones are dying off and some new ones are popping up. That's kind of just the cycle of these water lilies, but they're doing fine. Okay, so that is that. I didn't want to make this video, but I felt like I owed it to you. But now to go ahead and change up the mood of this video, I'm going to go ahead and go to Petsmart. We're going to check out what kind of fish they have. I heard they have some new filters in stock, or some new like Petsmart branded canister filters that have like self-priming features and like adjustable flow through like little buttons on the canister filter. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out, and we'll also go check some of their fish out and just stuff like that. I'll see you at Petsmart. Also, you know, in case you guys were wondering, it is 107 degrees.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
So we made it to Petsmart. Now first off, in their decor section, they had a nice toilet decoration. Who would not want that?
No toilet.
And then they also had this cool little pineapple guy in a car. So that was cool. And then here are the filters I was talking about. So I did some research and found out these filters aren't very good. They do have that adjustable flow rate that I was talking about, as well as that little prime button as you can see right there, but I've heard they're just not very good in general. They do come in 2 sizes though, and they're pretty cheap. As for the fish were pretty basic. We had feeder fish, there were some fancy goldfish that weren't looking too good, and then there were the koi. I was looking at the koi, but some of them had this weird like gill thing, which was making me a little bit sketched out, but there were a few pretty ones in there. As for the tropical fish, there really weren't that many, that's why I didn't film it. Low-key, I'm pretty sure Petsmart employees don't like me. The employee there was giving me the dirtiest look the whole time I was there. And also, their fish stock was low-key trash, so here we are at Petco now. Also, this red car is here pretty much every time I pull up. I park in the same spot, this red car is always next to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into Petco and see if they have anything good. Moving on to Petco, we'll start with saltwater. There was this nice yellow tang, the same one we see every time. And then there's a nice coral banded shrimp. I want to get more shrimp. And then there was some rainbow fish in the freshwater section, which I don't have rainbow fish, so that's cool. Silver dollars, I don't like silver dollars. They eat on my plants. Cannot stand silver dollars. Then we had a nice plant wall, tons of nice luscious green plants. They were looking all good and healthy. And then they had these cool shrimp. There were some ghost shrimp, which were pretty basic, but then they had these red and like clear shrimp, which is cool. And then they also had some Raphael catfish. I do want to get some of these eventually. They were pretty cool. As for the cichlid tank, they had some Oscars and what I believe were firemouth cichlids, but I'm not quite too sure. And then they had some nice blood parrots as well. And the last but not least, there was my favorite fish, the woodfish.
Later.
Okay, so I'm back from Petco and Petsmart. Neither of the stores really had anything. There were fish I wanted at Petco. They were really expensive. $54 for that yellow tang. I couldn't do it. But yeah, not much really to update there. They just had your basic fish. Nothing crazy.
The next day.
As if this video could not get any worse. It has. So it is the next day from the clips you saw last time. It is currently Tuesday. You saw all those last clips. They were all filmed on Monday. And well, this morning at 2 a.m., I got a nice alert to another raccoon stalking my pond. Here's the footage. So if you remember a while ago, we had a raccoon problem where the raccoon came to my pond, looked around, and then left. Same situation happened today, except we weren't lucky enough to have the raccoon go to the koi pond and then leave. So you remember we have this mini pond in my front yard with 3 platies in it. The platies are still here, but I put 2 goldfish from the koi pond into here. I put one of the goldfish I bought at Petco about a month ago, and then one of them I've had for a couple years. I put them in here to, you know, spruce this up and get some more color going on in here. And when I came to check this pond this morning after seeing the raccoon in the backyard, I saw this, which were scales all over the ground. So yeah, one of the goldfish in here I'm assuming got attacked by the raccoon. Now the other one that I've had for about 4 years, he was fine, he was still in here. I moved him back where he was safe in the koi pond. Because raccoons can't get into the koi pond, I've never had an issue with the raccoon getting fish out of the koi pond. They've been to the koi pond, but they haven't ever gotten a fish out of it because the walls are too steep. Luckily though, all the indoor animals are doing good. Squirtle the turtle is doing great. He's grown quite a bit. He's getting really big. I'm gonna go ahead and grab him some pellets. He's doing really nice in his tank. This is the nice 38-gallon long aquarium, canister filters, heaters, everything. He's doing absolutely amazing. And then we'll also give him some lettuce to munch on. He loves his lettuce, so we gotta make sure he's nice, full, and happy all the time. The saltwater tank is just waking up, so the corals are not completely open yet. As you can see, the anemone is still hiding back there. But this tank is doing pretty good as well. And then a tank you guys haven't really seen recently is my fancy goldfish tank. There's 4 fancy goldfish in here. Nice white sand, that's Petco brand white sand, and then just a nice rock sculpture with some plants. Go ahead and feed these guys. Just dump some goldfish pellets in here, nothing crazy. And they will go ahead and munch on those pellets. These guys love food, I mean they're goldfish. So that is gonna be just about it for today's video. Now a quick update on the guy I was talking about in the beginning of this video where I was trying to make the video on Sunday and he would never get back to me. So he finally responded. And after 2 weeks of us planning dates, planning what I was gonna do, like getting everything planned and ready to go, he just decided to flake out and say, you know what, never mind. And basically, I don't think I was mentioning this, but I was supposed to buy something from him and then he just decided he doesn't want to sell anything anymore. So that's just amazing. Sunday's video is gone, but yeah, there's a little update on that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Good